in there. Surprise. So once again, good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Springs. What a great and fabulous day this is today. As many of you know, I've been following the book 365 Days for Richer Living that was written by Dr. Ernest Holmes and Dr. Raymond Charles Barker. And each day there is an affirmation, there is a message that one can contemplate and reflect upon in order to bring forth that principle and that understanding of what we teach here in our philosophy of science of mind. And I will say this again, and I say it often, that science of mind, that religious science, is less about religion and a little bit about science, but it's mostly a philosophy. It is a philosophy. It is our idea. It is our belief. It is what we have come to understand, knowing that there is more to understand. But to this point, in this time, in this place, this is where we are, in that thing that we call the science of mind. Understanding the meaning and the purpose of life and how it is that we show up. And this month, Ricky Knoll, our licensed practitioner, has been the practitioner for the moment, beginning each service with a little snippet out of the 365 days, and oftentimes taking all of my material. So today, even though it says something about the fear, and I will fear no evil, and I just suspected that that's probably kind of where Ricky was going to go, I didn't go there. I went another line down or two and moved into that evidence, that confidence, that spirit, that essence, that which creates and brings forth and demonstrates and individualizes this thing that we call life, is what I hold on to. It is what I believe in. It is what I take into my experience. So the title of my topic today was, My Good is My God. My God is my good. And I'm confident in that. I am absolutely, completely, truly confident that that which I call God is my good. Period. That's all I need to know. So I don't need to deal with this thing that I call lack and limitation or fear and evil, because I know that my good is right there, waiting upon my request, waiting upon my willingness to bring it in, to receive it, to be that, to live that, to express that, to be the individualized vehicle by which this greater whole moves through each and every one of us into this life, into this world, in a way that it can have experience. Whatever you call it, God needs you. If you do not show up in that full expression, in that excited anticipation that something good is about to come forth, that something great and magnificent is about to move through as the expression in the experience of who you are, then you have somehow put a limit on that which is limitless. You have somehow turned away from the light and said, I believe in the darkness. That I have more trust in the evil and the lack and the limitation than I do in the divine presence of God. I can't imagine why anybody would want to go there. Although I've been looking and observing the behavior of many people in the world, not this crowd, because you show up as whole, perfect, and complete. But there are others out there, we know them. Some of them are in our family. Some of them live next door, you know. Some of them show up in the mirror in the morning. You know, whoa. But we go there because we have forgotten, maybe momentarily, maybe for a while, maybe way too long, so that the rut we're in has become the grave that we've dug. And we've forgotten the life and the magnificence and the power and the presence of who we are. This is what the season of this time of year represents. This is what it's about. Every tradition, every faith, every culture, even into the ancients of times, has looked at this time of the season, this time of the year, and said, this is good because out of this comes a rebirth. Out of this comes a new light. Out of this comes and rises up a greater life and a greater experience. And in the animal world and in the vegetable plant world, it knows this. It takes the time for the winter season to rest, to do whatever needs to be done in order to refresh, revitalize, and rebirth in the spring with something new and magnificent. This is what we're talking about. There is an opportunity for us to take some time to just gently relax and reflect upon what has this year brought us. Where have I shown up in the world to be the expression of the divine, and where have I not? So that I might reconsider, is that the life that I want to live? Is that the experience that I want to bring forth? Or do I want to recharge and start anew with a better idea, with a greater concept, with a deeper experience of the truth that is who I am and where I'm going? That is what we're teaching in our philosophy. That simply in this idea of the mind, that if we were to change our thinking, we will change our life. And not just any old thinking, but to change your thinking momentarily every hour of every day into the affirmative. And not some kind of, airy-fairy kind of positivity thing that says, oh, everything is fine and wonderful. But the idea that you take it to, I knew somebody was coming up with that. That's why I called it a fairy thing. But you have to bring it up from deep within. You have to have the confidence that the good is already there within you. Your good is within you. My good is within me. My good is my God. Not yours. You have to find your own good and your own God. Now, it's all part of the same wholeness and the same oneness, but it's personal to you. If you have not allowed or discovered or made God personal to you, then I think you've missed the mark. It must be personal to you. It must be what you discover, what you find within that brings it out, not somebody else's God. One of my teachers, Dr. Kathy Hearn, who was here last week, and she shared with the practitioners, and I'm going to share it again, always used to tell us, I was with Dr. Kathy at Pacific Church in San Diego for 15 years. So I've learned everything she said and repeated often. So you think these are often my words. They're not. I picked them up from somebody else. Dr. Kathy says that do not place me up on a pedestal. Do not make me your idol. Do not make me the one in which you're going